Hello, and welcome to Bear Necessities. My name is Bear, and today we are talking about some of the things to do before Desert of Flame launches soon. The date is rumored to be the 13th, but I haven't seen a post saying that's exactly when it's going to launch, so keep your eyes peeled for an update from the developers. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. There's a couple of items and Shattered Lands that still may be best in slot, so if you haven't done these quests, you may want to do them. But the first is the golden Afridi boots. These proc a whopping 5 potency, and nothing currently comes close to that in Desert of Flames, so most likely you'll still be wearing these the entire expansion. However, they may atomize something with the same proc, as a number of people have suggested that to the developers, but there's definitely no guarantee. The second quested item that may be best in slot, for at least most casters and healers, is the flowing black silk sash. This item has 5% cast speed, which most items in Desert of Flames gives around 1, maybe a little over 1, so this is huge for caster types. Unless we see something with this effect, it will most likely continue to be best in slot for these casters and healers. However, scouts and tanks do have better worn haste options in DoF, so it may be more replaceable for them if you don't care about the cast speed as much. Up next, make sure you finish 2 Hunters items. If you haven't been doing Hunters on the dailies, make sure you start now, even throughout the first 10ish weeks of Desert of Flames until the next Hunters quest comes out. These will be best in slot for every single class. At the beginning of Desert of Flames, there will be people still running this, so don't lose hope if you don't have them yet. Also, once you're level 60, doing these with half a group may be doable, and some may even be soloable, so keep that in mind and get those Hunters items. The premier quest line in Desert of Flames is the Peacock Timeline. This timeline requires a few languages, including Koata Dal. You can actually purchase this just from the linguist in your city. I think it's the High Elf or Wood Elf language. There's Druzaic. This comes from the Words of Pure Magic quest, which starts in the Mage Tower areas in North Freeport or South Kinos. This requires you find 4 different spires that can spawn in different zones. I'll post a link to the quest in the description below, as there's a bit of complicated logic where essentially the spire can be up in one of the 2 different zones and it resets on a certain timer, so read up on that. And finally there's Death's Whisper. So this can currently be farmed only in the Firat Caves where the Shard of Fear is. However, this will take quite a long time if you're not lucky, and there's quite a few people down there who's farming it right now. There are way more mobs that drop this in Desert of Flames, so don't fret if you don't get it before the expansion drops. Up next, make sure to hoard some collection quests. In T5, there's a collection set in Lava Storm that includes 7 different collections, including lava creature parts, shards of the elements, soot-foot weapons, symbols of the ancient chieftains, symbols of the flame, tags of the Dracota, and void-touched items. These will each give you an item that is part of another collection quest called Corruption of Elements. This is a charm item that procs power regen. This item is great, especially for power intensive fights and early in the expansion when you're still figuring out raid encounters and fights may take longer until you are more geared from heroic and raid zones in Desert of Flames. So make sure to hold on to these collections and other collection quests and turn them in right after the expansion drops, as these collections alone will get you to level 51 or farther, giving you a jump on the expansion. Next, hoard your lore and legend quests that you haven't finished yet. Lore and legend quests give quite a decent amount of experience, so make sure that you finish them up to studying the last item, and then study them to finish the quest once servers launch, giving you potentially another level right away. Finally, try to set up a group of friends to form a static with at the beginning of the expansion, people who will hit the ground running with you right when the expansion drops. A perfect leveling path may include doing some old zones first, into some new zones, or just hopping into Desert of Flame instances right away. Have fun and experience all the new content coming your way. So what are your plans for Desert of Flames? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for updates when new content is available. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.